Have you ever met somebody who says they want something and yet they take no action on the thing they say they want? Or on the flip side, they take a lot of action, but the whole way in taking action, they say, oh, this will never happen. Oh, that person won't want me. Oh, I'll never get the job. I'll never get the contract. And thereby what they do is have a self-fulfilling prophecy, because even though they're taking action, their behaviors are such that they're not getting a result at all. Hi, this is Kathleen Gage with Power Up for Profits and the 100 Club, where we help experts get lots of podcast opportunities in a very short period of time through training them on exactly how to set themselves up for success with podcast appearances. Recently, I was talking with somebody who was convinced that no matter what she did, she would not get any opportunity at all. And she took a lot of action, and lo and behold, she had no positive responses. If anything, she had show hosts that went completely radio silent, or when they did respond, they said, no, we actually don't have a slot open right now. And yet I have other clients who are so convinced that their message is so powerful and so important and so impactful that they get about a 70, 80 to 90% conversion rate of the people they approach to the yeses that they get. Why is that? Well, what it is that with the subconscious mind, we have a way of setting ourselves up to prove that we're right. If we believe that something is either one way or the other, our subconscious mind will set it up where we're going to attract the situations or deflect the situations and the opportunities that could otherwise create success. When you're looking for podcast opportunities, you have to truly believe that a show host wants you on the show. But it's not just believing they want you on the show. There's prep work that goes into it. I know that oftentimes when people are in front of a microphone, and here's my microphone right there, but when they get in front of a microphone, all of a sudden they become a whole different person, where they might have a great sense of humor, they're very witty, they're very spot on with how they have conversations. You put them in front of this, and all of a sudden they get really, really boring. Don't let that happen to you. The first thing that you have to know is a podcast appearance is simply a conversation, situationally a conversation, simply a conversation. All it is you having a conversation with the host, and some of their best friends are listening in. It could be 10 of their best friends. It could be 100. It could be 1,000. It could be 10,000 of their best friends are listening in. But these are people who turn to the host for guests that are very engaging, very enlightening, very informative, and bring lots of value through the conversations they have. So the first thing that you want to look at is, what information do you have that would be of value to a show host? That's the first step in really understanding that what you have to offer is what somebody wants to hear. Now, the big key here also is you're not a fit for everybody. I have certain types of shows I do really well on. If we're going to talk about plant-based eating, I love being on shows talking about plant-based eating. If we're going to talk about visibility and what an expert can do to get lots of visibility, I love talking about that on shows. But I also like people that are fun, they're playful, they're a little edgy, and if it's a really conservative, rigid, middle of the road kind of show, that's not for me, because that's not my personality. Sometimes I can be a slightly bit off color, not much. I really try to respect the fact that if my language includes anything that's not really children friendly, maybe I shouldn't be saying it. But the point being is, I know the kind of shows that I'm a great fit for, and I also know the kind of host that would be an excellent, excellent type of host for me to reach out to. Do you? So that would be the first thing. You have to know what kind of shows you're a really good fit for. The next thing is be prepared with your marketing material. I have plenty of videos on YouTube that talk about your marketing material, your one sheet, your expert one sheet, your short bio, your media outreach letter. And when you first reach out to a host, don't send them the whole 9 yards of what you have in your marketing material. And with this one expert who was really an engaging woman, she had a lot of great information. What she did to set herself up, and I told her, I said, you don't need to send pages and pages and pages of information. You need to send just enough to engage the host. And she would send this information in third person and very formal, and it was actually kind of boring. And she wasn't a boring type of person, which was so interesting. But she was convinced that the whole process was a lot harder than it really is. And so to prove herself right, she set herself up to get a lot of rejection. And then she said, see, I told you, this stuff doesn't work. Well, this stuff really does work. I have another client, Lana from Montana, Lana Nelson, who wrote the food codes. She has gotten so many, dozens upon dozens of show opportunities because she knows that her information is great. She knows she has something that hosts would really be interested in hearing about. So as you think of the shows that you want to be on, think in terms of what are you saying to yourself? Think in terms of what do you believe to be true? Think in terms of, do you have a message that's of value to the people who would either be watching the show or listening to the show? And then based on that, go out and look for the opportunities. Not sure where these opportunities reside? What I encourage you to do is get my checklist. It's my podcast checklist, podcast show appearance checklist that has a lot of great information on exactly what you need to do to get on shows. There's also a training video that comes with it, absolutely free. I provide this as a service to people so that you can really understand how simple it is to get these opportunities. Not always easy because it can be time consuming, and yet it's very simple. And so go ahead and leave your name and email address at powerupforprofits.com/checklist to get your free checklist and free training video. Again, that's Power Up for Profits, plural, powerupforprofits.com/checklist to get your free checklist and your training video that people would gladly pay for this information because it's so concise and to the point. I also encourage you to subscribe to this channel because I'm putting a lot of information up about how to get on podcast shows. I don't teach you how to start a podcast show. That's not my deal. I know how to do it, but that's not my passion. My passion is working with experts who want to get a lot of visibility in the shortest amount of time possible. And I do that by showing them how to get on podcast shows. So subscribe to this channel, just click the subscribe button and hit the bell notification because then you'll be notified as I put new videos up. I've been really working on putting a video a day up Monday through Friday and mostly about podcast appearances because there's so much to cover and I want to make sure that you're set up for success. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel and do me a favor. Tell your friends about it, pass this information along, retweet it, put it on your Facebook wall, put it on LinkedIn. I really want to encourage people to share this information because it's so valuable to experts who want to get a lot of information. If you're an author and you're looking to promote a book, podcast shows are one of the best way to do so. And if you've been seeing my shirt, I work out because I really, really like food. That's why I work out. I work out because it's great for my health. And I work out the process of getting on podcast shows. This is Kathleen Gage asking you to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification, like the video, and tell your friends about it. And come back for more great episodes on how you can get lots of podcast appearances and get the checklist. Have a great day.